Welcome to the fourth episode in our series on information warfare. In this episode, we will do a deep dive into false flag operations. Imagine a world where things are not always as they appear, where events are manipulated to deceive. This is the world of false flag operations, a shadowy realm of covert actions designed to mislead. False flag operations are acts of deception, often violent, carried out to blame an innocent party. Their purpose? To sow discord, manipulate public opinion, or create a pretext for war. By staging an event and attributing it to an enemy, perpetrators of false flag operations aim to achieve political or military objectives through subterfuge and deceit. The term false flag originates from naval warfare, where ships would fly the flag of a neutral or even enemy country to lure unsuspecting vessels closer. Today, false flag operations have evolved into complex and multifaceted schemes, leveraging the power of technology and the pervasiveness of information to achieve their sinister goals. History is replete with examples of false flag operations, each one a stark reminder of the lengths to which some will go to achieve their aims through deceit. These incidents serve as cautionary tales, reminding us that truth can be a casualty in the pursuit of power and control. By examining these historical events, we gain valuable insights into the motivations, tactics, and devastating consequences of false flag operations. One of the most well-known examples is the Reichstag Fire in 1933, where the German Parliament building was set ablaze. The Nazi Party, then rising to power, blamed the fire on communists, using the incident to justify a crackdown on political opponents and consolidate their grip on Germany. Another example is the Mukden Incident of 1931. Japanese officers staged an explosion near a Japanese-owned railway in Manchuria, then blamed Chinese dissidents. This manufactured incident provided a pretext for Japan to invade and occupy Manchuria, expanding its imperial ambitions in Asia. These historical events, though separated by time and geography, share a common thread: the manipulation of events to deceive the public and advance a hidden agenda. They serve as a stark reminder of the human capacity for deceit and the importance of critical thinking in a world awash in information. The Gulf of Tonkin Incident in 1964 stands as a stark example of how false flag operations can be used to manipulate public opinion and escalate conflicts to a global scale. This incident, shrouded in controversy and later revealed to be based on misleading information, played a pivotal role in escalating the United States' involvement in the Vietnam War. The incident involved reports of attacks on U.S. Navy destroyers by North Vietnamese torpedo boats in the Gulf of Tonkin. These reports, later found to be erroneous or exaggerated, were used by the U.S. government to justify a dramatic increase in military action against North Vietnam. The Gulf of Tonkin Resolution, passed by the U.S. Congress in response to the incident, granted President Lyndon B. Johnson broad war powers. This resolution effectively paved the way for the full-scale deployment of U.S. combat troops to Vietnam, marking a turning point in the conflict. The Reichstag Fire in 1933 remains a chilling example of how false flag operations can be used to exploit fear and chaos for political gain. This pivotal event, still debated by historians today, had a profound impact on the course of German history, ushering in an era of Nazi repression and totalitarian rule. On the night of February 27, 1933, the Reichstag building, a symbol of German democracy, was engulfed in flames. The fire, though its origins remain contested, was swiftly blamed on Marinus van der Lubbe, a young Dutch communist. The Nazi Party, led by Adolf Hitler, seized upon the incident to consolidate their power and silence opposition. Exploiting the fear and uncertainty gripping Germany, the Nazis quickly passed the Reichstag Fire decree, suspending civil liberties and unleashing a wave of arrests targeting communists, socialists, and other political opponents. The fire and its aftermath created an atmosphere of fear and intimidation, allowing the Nazis to consolidate their grip on power and eliminate dissent. In today's digital age, The battleground for false flag operations has shifted online. The Internet, once hailed as a tool for democratizing information, has become a breeding ground for misinformation, propaganda, and covert manipulation. Digital platforms, with their global reach and ability to disseminate information at an unprecedented speed, have become potent weapons in the hands of those seeking to deceive and sow discord. Cyberattacks, often disguised as originating from a different entity, can be used to create international incidents or sow distrust between nations. Imagine a scenario where a cyber attack on a country's critical infrastructure is falsely attributed to a rival nation, potentially escalating tensions and leading to real-world consequences. Misinformation campaigns, fueled by bots and fake social media accounts, can manipulate public opinion on a massive scale. By spreading false narratives, fabricated evidence, and inflammatory content, these campaigns can influence elections, incite violence, and erode trust in institutions. Section 6. Cyberattacks and Misinformation, the New Tools of Deception. Cyberattacks, in the context of false flag operations, are often sophisticated and difficult to attribute. Perpetrators can use various techniques to mask their true location and identity, making it seem like the attack originated from a different country or group. For example, attackers might route their traffic through servers located in another country, or use stolen login credentials to make it appear as if the attack came from within the target organization. Misinformation campaigns, on the other hand, rely on the rapid spread of false or misleading information through social media and other online channels. These campaigns often exploit existing societal divisions, prejudices, and emotional triggers to maximize their impact. For example, a false flag operation might involve creating fake social media accounts that pose as members of a particular political group or demographic. These accounts then spread divisive content designed to inflame tensions and sow discord among different groups. Section 7. Eroding Trust. The Consequences of False Flag Operations. False flag operations, regardless of their scale or sophistication, have far-reaching consequences that extend beyond immediate political or military objectives. They erode trust in institutions, sow discord within societies, and undermine the very fabric of truth and accountability. When governments or powerful actors are revealed to have orchestrated or exploited false flag operations, it breeds cynicism and distrust among the public. People become less likely to believe official narratives, even when they are based on factual information. Moreover, false flag operations can be used to justify human rights abuses, suppression of dissent, and other forms of authoritarianism. By creating a climate of fear and suspicion, perpetrators can silence opposition and consolidate their power. Section 8. Navigating a World of Deception, Strategies for Critical Thinking. In a world where information is abundant but not always accurate, critical thinking is our most potent defense against deception. By developing our ability to question, analyze, and evaluate information from various sources, we can become more discerning consumers of news and less susceptible to manipulation. One crucial strategy is to be aware of our own biases. We all have preconceived notions and beliefs that can influence how we interpret information. By acknowledging our biases, we can strive to approach information with a more open and critical mind. Another important step is to diversify our information sources. Relying solely on a single news outlet or social media platform can create an echo chamber, reinforcing our existing beliefs without exposing us to alternative perspectives. Section 9. Protecting Ourselves, a Call for Vigilance and Informed Skepticism. Protecting ourselves from the insidious effects of false flag operations requires a collective effort to foster a more informed and discerning public. It is not enough to simply be aware of the problem. We must actively engage in critical thinking, media literacy, and open dialogue to counter the spread of misinformation and hold those in power accountable. Education plays a vital role in empowering individuals to navigate the complexities of the digital age. By equipping people with the skills to identify false information, evaluate sources, and think critically about the information they encounter, we can create a more resilient and informed society. Furthermore, we must demand transparency and accountability from our leaders and institutions. Governments and tech companies have a responsibility to combat the spread of misinformation on their platforms and to be transparent about their actions. By embracing a healthy skepticism, questioning narratives that confirm our biases, and seeking out reliable sources of information, we can become more informed citizens and contribute to a more truthful and just society. The fight against false flag operations is a fight for our minds and our future. Don't miss the next episode, where we unravel the psychology behind the manipulation of the masses using disinformation and misinformation. Subscribe for more.